Hang on one sec.
Nice.
My mum has come in the room.
No, don't let them see me.
Then go away.
Go away.
No, you can't. They will see you, mum.
Look away, James. Look away.
Turn around.
I want to see. Has she got Sydney Sweeney lingerie on?
Oh no, thank God he took his headphones off for that. Thank God for that. Oh my Jesus.
Hi, Mrs. Monk.
Hello and welcome to the 3 Takes of Stupidity. It's round 2 of the Ancient History series, and after hundreds of complaints, we have finally fired Chandler. But luckily, El Chandalino, his Spanish cousin, has stepped in. We will be doing an actual historic story this week. It's the story of the 300. And yes, we have counted all of the leather pants that appear. And there are 3 of them. Please welcome Jimicus. That's James.
Hello. I forgot what hello was in Greek.
Chandiodus.
Hola.
Why does that sound like,
Chandler.
does it sound like a Greek chode?
It could be a Chodiotus.
Latin Chodiotus.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. That takes me back to
And I'm
second school.
Alexander, which is Greek already. We've all hit the gym in honour of this film, so get underway. Ooh-ah.
Ooh ah.
It's week 2 of the Ancient History series, not the Mythology Trilogy that was originally coined. Chandler getting that one wrong.
Toby's
Sorry to
fault.
your
It was Toby's
friend.
fault.
Oh, yeah, it's Toby's fault. Toby's fault. We know it wasn't your fault, Toby.
You bitch, Toby.
With 300, now, you know, divide that by 100 and you got 3 of us, so I don't think we're going to go into war. So let's talk about what we've done in the last week instead. We've all chopped a finger off.
That was a
We
great
are
segue.
not going to war.
That was a terrible segue. I think genuinely, in a year of us doing this, that is probably your worst segue into what we speak.
They're always loose and they're not meant to be high quality.
Stop hitting your mic, James.
Oh, shit.
Stop it. Stop playing with it. Go on,
Sing
Alex.
Creed again. I've been spending most of my week singing Creed.
That makes no sense.
Yeah,
No
it's
one's going to hear a recording of you singing Creed for 20 minutes before we started recording.
He just 6 seconds.
That's all I need to get it into everyone's head.
Also,
what have I been
this
doing?
week, he's not wrong. It's only been, it's only Monday.
All right, shut up.
Yeah, that's just true. That is true. I have watched an incredible film that isn't this one. This one isn't incredible, but the one I watched earlier was very, very incredible. Very incredible. Yeah, that sounds like. Yeah, I put a little Trumpism behind that. It was like very incredible. It was very incredible.
Incredibles 2.
I haven't even got onto what it was. These tangents. It was I Swear, which is I think it's an indie movie, but it's really well done. It's about the story of John Davidson, who had Tourette's
Isn't that an end-up
developed
song?
Tourette's when he was 15.
I've heard of this film. And my mate says it's really, really good as well.
It's really, really good. It's got, I want to say it's like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes on one of the things. It's insanely well rated. It's 2 hours long. I spent an hour and 30 of it on the edge of tears, apart from at the end where I was like, there are so many. I don't know whether I was feeling really emotional today. Maybe I'm getting my period, but
Oh my god! Fuck! What useless shit is that? Alex just sprinkling it in misogyny while I'm mimicking.
That was hilarious. And by the way, while we're just on a break of what Alex was saying, James, the song you're thinking of is "And I Swear by the
No, it's not.
Moon."
I was thinking of the
and
end of song.
Be there. Anyway, Alex, carry on.
I was thinking of the end of
After
song.
after your misogynistic
I swear,
comment.
I swear, as you would tap it to a chair. Yeah.
Yeah, well, James ruins my mood with the song. Yeah, I was on the edge of tears for most of this film. I don't really know why. There was just so many like moments in the story that got me, and then the final. I'm not going to ruin it for you. I just think everyone should watch this film. I think it should be curriculum. I think instead of Mice and Men, we should watch this.
Interesting. I have heard very, very good things, and it is on my list to watch.
Have you done a letterbox review?
I have done a letterbox review. It's on my letterbox account. We'll be sharing it any day now.
That's James's task for tomorrow.
If you follow us on Instagram, you may see snippets of Alex's letterbox reviews that are ultimately there to drive you to our hot page and take you to his letterbox page and also maybe a Spotify page.
I'd also like to point out, if you're hearing that, then that means that you're already listening to this podcast, so none of that actually matters.
So yeah, go and like our stuff.
Share our stuff,
go-
more importantly.
Make Alex letterbox famous. Because I think that'd be really funny if he accidentally fell into being a professional film reviewer. By the way, we've asked Alex on a platform to maybe write a bit longer, full-length film reviews, like little one-pagers, but he won't. But his reviews are good.
It's really weird that like you think a random stranger in Paraguay is going to be the reason I would just take it up.
I love how you think we have listeners in Paraguay. James, what have you been doing?
I have listened to the podcast and I have decided that you should do more film reviews.
Right to jail. Right to jail. Right to jail.
Straight to jail. You review the film, straight to jail.
Right. I'm just going to bring up our recording time and say that we've been recording for 8.5 minutes and it's already off the rails. James, what have you been doing?
Yeah, I went to a games night and we played Secret Hitler.
Oh, you play Traitors.
What the
played
fuck?
Secret Hitler.
Yeah, you play Traitors.
What fucking KKK meeting are you going to? What's wrong with Monopoly or Cluedo or Snakes
Monopoly
and Ladders?
never
What
fucking
the fuck?
ends.
Yeah, Secret Hitler. I bet it does. I bet it's the guy who shot himself in the basement.
You have liberals v fascists, and there are more liberals than fascists, but the fascists know who the fascists are, and the fascists know who Hitler is, but Hitler doesn't know who the fascists are, and the liberals don't know who the liberals are, and the liberals don't know who the fascists are. But you've got to enact a number of liberal policies to win, or you have to kill Hitler.
This is the most wankiest games night I've ever heard of.
I was a liberal member of the Liberal Party, and I shot a fascist.
Also, you changed absolutely nothing about yourself then.
No, you didn't get to pick. Obviously, it just got handed out to you.
Alex,
But,
it's
and I ended up,
essentially a more complicated version than Traitors. That's essentially the game.
But surely it's over pretty quick, because surely the fascists are the ones with guns and the...
and the very stylish uniforms.
because
they were the best dressed members of the party.
But I don't know when the Traitors TV show came out, but Secret Hitler is a 9-year-old board game.
No, I know. Like,
Traitors did it. Secret Hitler did it first.
There's many versions of like Traitors game. You know, like did you not used to play like Heads Down, Thumbs Up at school, or like Werewolf?
Yeah, I played.
Basically, they're the same game
Okay.
essentially.
Sorry, Chandler.
Secret
it was
Hitler
fun.
board game.
Right, you're going
It's
to ruin
available-
it for
it's
everyone.
available for 12.
You're gonna ruin it for
no.
everyone.
Yeah, 12.34 on Temu. Bit weird the Chinese are pushing this. $35 on Amazon.
I'm so glad I was not invited to this games night.
But yeah, it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. It was a good game. We won. The Liberals won. I got to kill a fascist, which is not very liberal of me, but I did.
Not very realistic.
I threatened to kill my partner because I thought she might be a fascist.
That is quite funny.
Turns out I made the right choice. She wasn't a fascist. She was just a sus liberal. And I killed the fascist.
I'm
Which
so
is
glad I
something-
wasn't
I was a bit
invited to
like,
this.
It was well fun. I had a great time.
That's hilarious. Do you want to ask me what I've been doing?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
Go on,
What
Chandler.
weird games night have you been to?
Chandler went to Riddle Court.
This week.
Oh yeah, a weird little games night.
This week, I haven't had time to watch pretty much anything. finished the first season of the US Traitors.
No one cares. Tell us
Why are you
about
watching
cults. No one cares.
No one gives
US
a
Traitors is terrible.
Tell us why
It's
you're a
full of
traitor to your
Americans.
nation.
I went to court because I'm a Soviet spy from the 1980s. I got activated.
Oh, James, get him.
No, I went to court because it's from a car accident that happened like 4 years ago. It's from a car accident that happened like 4 years ago, and basically like both insurance companies were like, it's the other person's fault. So yeah, me and this other guy had to go to court and fight our arguments. It was an experience, I'll tell you that. But my overarching thing is that solicitors are shit. Like, not the guy who was representing me and the woman who was representing the other guy. Like, genuinely, I could argue better than them. I could be these people who have trained many, many years. I'm like, you guys are both shit. Like,
You're assuming you got like pro elite levels,
but
they might have been the trainees.
no, yeah, probably, and they're both shit. Like,
Someone's been watching too much Law and Order and doesn't know what a real solicitor does.
maybe, but a solicitor, all they do is they're supposed to argue and like find flaws in other people's points, and I could do it better than them, genuinely. By the way, I lost, so you know.
Really doing
What
it
does it matter? What does it matter what I say? What does it matter what I say? I still stand by the fact that it was not my fault. But anyway,
Of course he does.
the
Keep
only
trying to
thing,
kill
the
the
other
man, it wasn't his fault.
the thing that actually annoyed me wasn't about the decision. It wasn't about anything else. It was more about the guy who I got in the accident with. He was genuinely really rude when he got asked his questions. Like, he made a comment about my size, which I thought was a bit weird. Like,
What?
yeah,
What?
like his first, literally, like it was his first question. He was like, one of the questions was, did I get out the car after the accident and like, you know, talk and exchange details and everything? And he was like, I think so, but the gentleman who showed up here, you know, he's half the size of the man I spoke to a couple years ago. And I was like, what?
That's kind of a backhanded compliment.
I think he was eating a McDonald's while driving when he ran me over and killed me.
It was such an offhanded comment, and I
He
was
was
just
dipping
like,
4 fries into his milkshake at the time.
it was very strange. I'll be completely honest.
That's out of order.
Yeah,
That's so weird.
the
It's
other
such a
thing,
little like.
he swore on the stand a few times as
That's
well.
strange.
Like, he said the word cock and fuck, which, you know, in a court you're like, should you be saying that?
Sorry though. Context.
Like, he said
But why is he saying?
He just got up and said cock and fuck and then like
yeah. He said the word because like he was like, no, that's your cock up, sir.
That's fine. That's fine.
And then he basically got and said like fuck, and the judge was like, hang on, are you swearing again? Like, he had to, like, the judge told him off.
Cock up is fine. Fuck yeah, nah.
And-
there's no getting around that.
It was weird in the judge's like decision. He was like, the way the other person answered his questions was very robust, and I went, I think you mean rude. But doesn't matter.
And you still lost.
I
What did
still
you
lost.
say?
Yeah.
Did you call the judge a cuck or something?
No, I called him a
Look at you
cunt.
and your big your cuck chair. fucking-
Shit. No.
Oh, look at you with your hammer.
You
little
should
dickhead.
have got up and just attacked his fucking clothes. Sorry, I haven't come dressed from
The other
fucking.
here, so right. So the
Sainsbury's
other
dog.
so
Weird
I was
wig on, mate.
so
What's that? You're wearing a
so
weird wig.
when the accident actually happened, I was in the car with my brother, who's quite a bit shorter than me, and throughout his whole like thing, he was like, I spoke to the taller
Shorter
gentleman.
than you.
Yeah.
Taller gentleman.
So no,
For
so
context, Chandler is 5'6".
I'm not 5'6",
No,
5'7".
you're like what, 5'8"?
5'8". Yeah. So he said he spoke to the taller of the two gentlemen who got out of the car, and it was my brother, who is like 5'5", like clearly shorter than me.
Mate, this guy was just dropping power move after power
And
move after power
I
move
made a
on you.
joke as we were leaving the court, and I went, by the way, my brother's taller than me, just as a joke, just to like release the tension a little bit. You know, like I don't care really that the judges found in favour, like whatever. Like, it's a car collision. It's not us. It's not me against you. It's our insurance companies against one another. And bear in mind that there are only like 4 insurance companies in the country. So it's just most likely which company that is owned by the same company is moving what number to what spreadsheet. That's all this is. And he, like, do you know what I mean? He was making it, obviously made it personal, obviously making it about my size and my height and whatever. And I just went, you know, at the end, just to relieve a bit of tension, oh, by the way, my brother, I'm actually taller than my brother. And the judge literally told me, shut the hell up. Like, I've made my decision. It's not going to change. I'm like, I'm just making a joke. Like, whatever. I've got to get to work. I've got to get to work. I've got to get to work.
Don't make jokes in a courtroom. That's poor from you.
Shut up.
Did you say he's got a weird little hammer? Did you say he's compensating with his weird little hammer?
Yeah, 100%.
Silly
Everyone knows it's a wig.
It's a
That was
toupee.
that was mainly my top it off actually, which is quite nice. People probably listen to it. I've started a new job, and I got to work on transfer deadline day today, which was actually kind of cool. Transfer deadline day isn't what it used to be, but it was still a pretty cool thing to work on today.
So why were you at fault for the car accident, Chandler?
Oh, we don't need to go into specifics.
I think we do.
No,
I think that's what the listeners really
I
want to hear.
think we need to get into the film.
I was going to say let's get into the film, but then James asked the question, and I want to know if you, just quickly, if you're being genuinely honest with yourself.
What did
Was
you
it your
do?
fault?
No, not my fault. I stand by it not being my fault.
That's the most you thing you could say.
Even if I was, here's the funny thing. Even if I was going to say what actually happened in the accident, I would just edit out the podcast, so it doesn't matter. So should we get into the film?
Yes.
I want to know.
Subscribe to our Substack to find out.
If you subscribe to our Substack, these are the kind of legal claims that will be put on the Substack. Right then, let's get into the film. Quick rundown of the 300. It's about King Leonidas takes 299 of his best little mates to go kill an invading Persian army and hold them off in a little pass. Fights off a bloke called Xerxes. That's generally the story. That's where he's going. That's all I need to say. It's 300 blokes are going to fight a load more other blokes. Ratings.
I hate that you're not wrong.
IMDb gave it a 7.6, which is fair if you base it on the Rotten Tomatoes scores. It got 61% on the tomato meter and then 89% on the popcorn meter. I don't know what dude bros are fucking rating this film. And on Letterboxd, it got a 3.4, which I think is right. I think Letterboxd, again, has nailed it.
Everything on Letterboxd is a 3. Absolutely everything on that application is a 3.
There's not much leaning towards There's a couple of 5s, which is strange. This must be the first film they ever saw. What did you two page 3 ab-addicted fiends think of it?
I thought it was alright.
Had you guys seen this before?
Yeah,
No.
I've seen it before. Yeah, I love abs.
Every day,
I-
every time a sword hit their abs, it just sounded like a xylophone.
I had seen this before. I kind of forgot how stylized the film is.
I thought you were going to say how stupid it was. But yeah, the style of the film is it's very interesting.
Like, you can see how a lot of the films since in the past 20 years have tried to copy the action sequences from this film.
No, it's clear to see how many films Schneider has had a hand in
That's a fair
the
point.
last decade,
Yeah.
more so. Because I put this on and went, I saw one slow-mo scene, and I was like, and then the filter over the top, I was like, this is a Snyder film, isn't it? This is absolutely a Snyder film. And then I looked up, and yeah, it's a Snyder film. And to be honest, I know we've jumped ahead in the running order already, but I think that ultimately is maybe what hurts it more now, because he has become very tired because of what he did to the DC Universe films.
I didn't
which
get
is
that.
generally considered bad overall.
Yeah, I didn't get that feeling while watching the stylization. There is another point in this film that we have to remember, is that this film isn't technically based on the original story of the 300. It's actually based on a graphic novel, which is then in turn based on the story of the 300. So that's
Look,
why
we started with the Warriors. I don't think a slight loose adaptation is a problem here.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying in terms of when you come to watch this film and the stylization, I don't think it's hurt by what he went on to do in the future after this. I actually think once you know that it's based on a graphic novel, a comic book essentially, like you can see it all over the film, and it is like lovely to watch. It's like Sin City, which I think is actually ZackSYnder as well. Come to think of it,
I don't think there was a lot to say about the synopsis of the film because the plot is quite loose. If you I had a rough knowledge of King Leonidas's war with
Leonidas
with Persia.
Sorry.
I think he's Leonidas in Assassin's Creed.
Brilliant.
And it might be the more Latin
he's Leonidas
pronunciation, but I don't know. But King Leonidas, so I kind of knew about it anyway. And yeah, obviously, everyone kind of knows it. Takes 300 men, gets killed.
Yeah, there is a
but
point.
Goes down as a legend.
Yeah, there's a point in the film where the guy goes, he goes to meet his troops. He goes, "Are these the troops?" And the guy goes, "Yes, 300 as you requested." Roll credits.
But I think the main thing about the movie that gives it good ratings, I think, and why I liked it is ZackSYnder's fight scenes are impeccable. Because let's be real, the story is a little bit of setting the scene, skirmish after skirmish after skirmish after skirmish. He dies, it's done. That's it. There's not a lot of meat in there. Someone's son dies, that's sad. Someone gets their eye cut, that's sad. But guess what? They're all in those little fight scenes. So the fight scenes have to be excellent. And fortunately, they are brilliant.
You are missing a little bit of the point of the story, though. That yes, the film is set up why he needs 300 men and why he's going to war, and then it's fight. But then there is sort of woven throughout, and then you see at the end is that the reason that they are fighting and that the 300 make their stand and do not surrender and do not retreat is that they are being quite altruistic in trying to hold up the Persian army so that the larger Greek army that they did fight with, like in the first few skirmishes before the Persians know how to beat them, when they retreat, they bide them enough time essentially so that they can fight back and beat the Persians a year later.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll come on to it later, but the story of the 300 is just, it's a shitty story, because they lose, and it wasn't even 300, there was loads more people there. But
no, but it's the story of the 300 trying to hold up the Persian army. It's not the story, it's just them, the 300 trying to hold the Persian army up. It's not actually the battles before that, essentially. Because,
yeah.
Because it's also a way. So sorry, I forgot. I got it wrong. ZackSYnder's not involved with Sin City, but the graphic novels are both written for Sin City, and this are both written by Frank Miller. And ZackSYnder sort of found this story when he was a kid because they were a film that is based on the story of 300. The film shows, this is what ZackSYnder says, but the film shows that the hero to win, like Leonidas are heroes because they do their job of holding the Persians up enough so that the Greeks can flee and that they can beat them at the next battle essentially a year later. So there is a bit more to it than just
there is
people with abs fight and don't surrender and then they die.
It's not just abs. There's also leather YYs in there as well, to be fair.
There's thong themes.
James watched the special version.
James watched Meet the Spartans. Which is a terrible parody movie if anyone's gonna watch that.
It's a really good parody movie, I would argue.
We should have done that one.
The thought process in for King Leonidas and why there's strong themes is because he knows he's going in to lose. You're right. He's going in to lose really to rally the troops behind them in the future a year later to defeat the Persians, because he's got that weird government of the weird boily people who like are nonces. Oh, look, the almighty people that are actually massive nonces and drug women and then turn them into oracles to get their visions of the future, and then by the sounds of it, kill them.
It's
That doesn't
Jeffrey
sound
Epstein.
Like real life. So yeah, Jeffrey Epstein's crew at the top of Greece, who are also colluding with the Persians in this film, are really in control, and they won't let him go to war. So he's kind of just does it, and the aim of it really is to rally the troops later on. All that Spartan pride, and they're trained soldiers, and it's all very like masculine and hoo-ha. They do that a lot. But ultimately, it is a story of sacrifice.
Mm.
It's
And
a
then
story of
his
sacrifice.
wife's doing
And
some political shit as well.
Just
at
a
the same time.
very quick thing on all the political stuff. That is all mostly made up for the film. Like, that isn't in the original
I'm
sort
sure.
of story of 300.
Yeah.
It's also, in my notes, the most annoying part of the whole film. You don't need it. It breaks up, it 100% just breaks up the flow of the film, slows the film down. You don't need any release of tension. And the main thing is, it has genuinely no impact on the story as a whole anyway.
But this is the most macho homoerotic film there could possibly be. There has to be like 5 to 10 minutes worth of cool down every now and again, where it's just a couple of people sat around being like, maybe we shouldn't do this, and then someone goes, nah, maybe we should, and then they cut straight back to, and now we're just gonna kiss and then kill them all. Yeah.
I would argue that even though the political scenes, also by the way, the few sex scenes in this film, very gratuitous and just ZackSYnder wanted to be artsy, I think, because they are not needed in the story whatsoever, and there's a lot of discussions in the press now about necessary sex scenes or not. These were completely unnecessary.
I thought you were about to say that they were not arousing enough. I don't know why.
Why? Maybe
I watched these with just a dead worm.
You're not a fan of Cersei Lannister?
Lena Headey is very
anyway,
good in this.
The political side of it, without his wife killing the traitor, that allows him to drop the Persian coins he had to be found out as a traitor. I do think everyone rallying behind a year later from a story just being told by one bloke that lost his eye would be less believable than them clearly being outed for Persian interference into their culture. So even if the political stuff is it does feel really shoehorned in and unnecessary, I do think it serves its purpose.
It's ironic that you say that, though, because that guy is genuinely based off someone.
Yeah,
that is true.
I was about.
That is one of very few pieces of this story that is true.
So,
he was
a
real person, according to Herodotus, who went back and just told everyone. They were like, "These guys they're doing a pretty good job over there."
I trust that guy, but the traitor that got stabbed. Maybe not.
The Dominic West guy, the Dominic West character, he is in the original story, but everything else around that, political stuff isn't, essentially.
It's also so weird to see a ripped Dominic West. It's so weird.
Is it not weird to see a ripped Michael Fassbender?
No, because Michael Fassbender, I've always just assumed, is in pretty good condition.
Like, when Michael Fassbender popped up again, I was like, what the fuck is Magneto doing here?
Oh my god, he absolutely also took me out of the film. I was like, you don't look right here.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't look right. Also, it doesn't look right.
Your helmet's red.
Whenever I picture Magneto, but I also just picture the guy from Inglourious Basterds just going, "Oh, if this is it, old boy, I hope you don't mind if I go out speaking the kings." That's all I can picture when I see Michael Fassbender. This is the German
good shape in both. Dominic West, I have seen in I've seen him in so many roles, mainly the Nationwide advert now.
That's what Charlotte was like. Who is that guy? Who is it? And it's the guy from the Nationwide advert.
I know him mostly from Brassic now, but I know he's obviously an institution within himself. But yeah, it's very strange to see him all abbed up.
But
it's also very
played Dilios.
No, Dilios is Faramir from Lord of the Rings.
Okay. So Dilios, who say he was real, the with his eye, he kind of is. He's a culmination of two people.
No.
Aristodemus and Eurytus. They were both stricken by like an eye disease. But the difference is, you know how he wanted to stay and fight with one eye in the film? One of the characters did stay and fight. He ordered his helots to take him back to the battle, but he was completely blind and died. Whereas the other guy,
I'm also
the guy who returned was disgraced and humiliated. He was known as a coward
until he fought at the Battle of Plataea a year later.
Yeah,
he fought in the next battle. He wanted to be a coward, so he wanted to be brave in that battle. Just ran at the people they were fighting, and then got called a coward afterwards when he died because they said that he ran off on his own.
But I want to say two things. One, I was wrong.
Poor guy.
The Dominic West character is fictional. I don't know where I got that from. Just looking at my notes again. Shit. And also the second thing is like being called a coward for coming back from war is because Lena Headey says that famous quote to Leonidas as she's even going, come back with your shield or on it, which is actually a true saying that Spartans women would say to the soldiers. But their greatest honor in Spartan society would actually be to die in battle, which is also
they never actually came back. They never actually came back on their shield, so they think it's a later thing that people said, or it predates Sparta.
Yeah, but it's still something that was said within Spartan culture, essentially, like how brutal.
When they're having a little chat at the water cooler.
Like how brutal like Spartan culture is, and you know when they talk about the agoge, when they children at 5 would be taken away from their mothers to go join Spartan soldiery, like that is all true. Like children were taken away and led in this brutal lifestyle to become soldiers.
But just to go back to the film that we're covering, just for a second, the wolf scene near the start.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
I think it does get a lot of merit for that. Yeah, that's very atmospheric. It's very intense.
Yeah. So this film being like mythological / ancient history, like all the like in the battle scenes with like the immortals, like the ninjas in masks, the giants, the animals, all that shit. That's all made up. That's all bullshit. Like, that is nowhere in the original story. They were just men fighting a lot of other men.
And maybe kissing. We don't know.
Their society was definitely... they were definitely heroified in this film. So what the Spartans, as you've already mentioned, the trials that the young men had to go through, but they framed the queen and women quite positively in the movie. But women were still basically, they received an education, but there were clear roles. Men were going to be in the military or in the army or something, and women were there to be mothers. But they were educated, and they did also get to their state education involved like some music, dancing, poetry, but also gymnastics, sports, war education. But a big part of their society was having the women humiliate the males to exercise better.
We could do some more of that now, maybe.
If only more women did that to me when I was younger, I'd be fit.
No, I think this is...
I would like to make 2 points on that, though. I'll go with the lighter one first, which is this came out in 2006. Yeah. And I couldn't really gauge the feeling at the time, but this is prime lad mags territory. And I think when this came out, everyone was like, this is what men should be. This is man stuff.
Tits and abs.
Men things. Yeah.
Tits and abs.
Just being like, yes. Fucking papers and copies of Nuts flying all over cinemas and fucking zoo everywhere. So I think it's a nice little time capsule for the mid-2000s. But also, I've found, while I was doing my research for it, that some critics have called it like fascist art. For having Western culture against Eastern culture. Stopping, I can't remember. There was one quote I found that was it was something along the lines of stopping Asian hordes from dismantling. But I thought that was a bit deep. There's
also apparently the Iranian government like banned this film when it came out because obviously Iran now is like is ancient
Was
Persia,
Persia.
essentially. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So they're like, this film paints Persians in a terrible light.
But
Whereas now
Just
we're
feel-
in such a good light, obviously. Let's just kill more protesters so everyone sees us in.
They have
I
no
am-
internet. They're not going to be able to listen to this.
I feel like, oh my god.
Cancelling my trip to Iran.
Does that need
No
to be
more
edited
summer
out?
holidays in Tehran for the kids.
Does that need to be edited out? I'm not sure.
I think your bit maybe. I feel like the laughing at the death of protesters is probably not great as well. But you basically did say Iran suck, so I think it's fine.
What were you going to
I
say,
do think
James?
we're like. I was going to say that we've alluded to the Agogi, or however that's pronounced.
Yeah, that's about
And
right.
what that we should kind of explain what it really is. But basically, it's Spartan class where Spartan like studies for boys. They would enter at 7. They would be in school until they're 21. But that school was extremely violent and was to train them to be soldiers and was sometimes fatal. They would have a chance to be selected into the Crypteia, which is like a Spartan institution that went and killed people around their territory and their lands. But the Agogi deprived boys of food, sleep, shelter, cultivated loyalty to the Spartan Empire, and it all involved hunting, dancing, singing, and other things. But they would have been beaten quite heavily. Yeah, a bit brutal.
Yeah, but it is like, thousands of years ago, and also like it's supposed to be survival of the fittest. Like the other sort of true-ish thing that is depicted in the film is said in the film is that Spartans would discard children, like babies that had deformities. Like that is also true. So Spartan, out of all the Greek territories, were the most brutal in terms of who was allowed to be a Spartan and who wasn't.
The amount
Leonidas-
of babies skeletons that have been found with ginger hair is a crazy number. It's a crazy number.
What the fuck? That just doesn't make any sense.
I took a swipe at the ginger community. I probably cut that actually. No, I wasn't. No, I think I want to backtrack on the ginger comment. Chandler, cut this.
It's fine. It was just not up to your standards of humour.
I know. I lashed out. I wanted to pick something that I knew. I was like, "Can I get away?" And then I thought about it. I was like, "I've got no. I've actually improved on gingers recently."
The ultimate.
I feel like Noel should all stay in.
That's all going as the beginning bit.
Yeah, well, we see a discarded child, essentially, in the film. A guy who has major deformities, and he wants to fight for Sparta. And he initially helps Leonidas with routes where to block to stop the Persians from kind of overcoming them. But he wanted to fight, and Leonidas, I thought, showed him a lot of compassion and was very kind, which does not sound in line with Spartan society in this instance. But he did, and then he was like, "Well, you can't, yeah." He's like, "You can't fight, basically. You can't fight in formation, etc." But that guy very quickly decides to just defect to the Persians because King, how do you pronounce his name? I couldn't pronounce it.
Xerxes. No, Ephilet.
Xerxes.
Who are you trying to say? The Persian king or the deformed person?
Xerxes. He runs to the Persian king, who basically offers him money and loads of women.
Yeah.
And it also
And so
should
he's
be
like,
like,
yeah.
why? Why did they make Xerxes 3 meters tall?
Oh my god, yeah, why?
They also make Xerxes. In post they lowered the actor's voice by an octave.
No shit. Can you imagine him just going out for dinner with his family?
We will have the lasagna, please.
Holy fuck.
It's actually really interesting. So I got confused. The deformed character Ephilet, which is another thing from this story, in Greek actually means a nightmare, and it apparently comes from this as well.
comes from the movie 300.
Yes, that's
The
exactly
ancient
what it
Greeks
was.
watched this.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, one of the biggest, I genuinely laugh out loud moments I had in this film, was when they're talking about what month they're in and what month they need to attack, and they said it's August, blah 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 blah. Just to point out that August is named after a Roman emperor, Augustus, who was like just around BC and AD and whatever. This film is set 500 years before that, and it genuinely made me laugh out loud.
You and the rest of the Oxford professors would have gone, what are they going to attack next? In October?
I found it really funny.
As they clip off their bow tie and take a swig of their brandy.
Sorry.
When next year they should attack in July.
The other thing,
I've run out of months named after Roman emperors.
the other thing that James points
But
out.
no, Charlotte, you
Go on,
laugh about that. Sorry, but you just accept that King Leonidas sometimes sounds Scottish and everyone else is painfully British.
That's
That's fine.
That is fine, and I was going to bring that up earlier, but I didn't really want to get into nitpicky. But the August thing just made me laugh. No, the other
At
thing
the time, that's go on.
I was going to say, the other thing that Leonidas rejects Ephiletus for is the fact that he can't raise the shield in Spartan formation.
The phalanx.
The phalanx, exactly. Because the way the phalanx would work is that your shield protects the person next to you. So he is right in telling Ephiletus that, if you can't do that, then you can't fight for us. And I do agree with James that he did show compassion. And the way he then defected to the Persians was terrible. Stop laughing at me.
Why is Alex making gay jokes?
I was laughing because James was making penis sounds at the word phalanx. Sound?
I wasn't.
Penis faces.
What you were doing this? Oh, yeah. On our Substack, you can see what Alex was doing.
People don't think we take this seriously, but Chandler was delivering a really good point, and I was thinking
Alex was so making
sounds like phallus, and that's led me into penis.
Alex is just there mock wanking on the fucking screen while Chandler's being really descriptive. Fuck's sake. And I can't help it because, as we've talked about a million times in this podcast, I don't like poo jokes, too American, but cock jokes on the other hand.
I do want to talk about the historical accuracy of this film, and obviously we've done film in the past where we've not really cared about the core material. I do care about the core material. However, in this, I feel like they get a lot of black and white flags. They're allowed a lot of warnings, but it's generally for the best. I think they do the best when they're breaking the rules here.
I just think there's only so much you can do, right? Like, this is a story from many, many years ago, a couple of moons ago, and that some of that story will be lost to time, I imagine, and thus the story in itself is a retelling of a story, and then we're watching a film that's based on a comic book that's based on a story based on an event that also happened all that time ago. So I wasn't watching this film searching for any necessarily complete historical accuracy. I really liked a lot of the stylized stuff, with the wolf at the start when Leonidas was a boy, and overcoming that wolf and how it kind of juxtaposed with some of his moments with the Persian army. I appreciated the what is it? I forget what I was going to say. I appreciate the weird Epstein people at the top of the world drugging women, like, not for what they were doing,
That's a
but
strange
kind of like
sentence I never thought I'd hear you say.
as a metaphor for like possibly a ruling power, and then historically things are mystical in the sense of religion as well, often as that, as it, like, you'd go, the people that running the land were in the church. It's kind of, I felt, a kind of metaphor for that, and kind of looking to a higher power that he has to answer to. Instead it was just like 6 guys with like loads of boils on their face.
Yeah, I thought it was really good to have that kind of democratic process in a film where there's just so many abs, because I felt like I was seeing a lot of abs, but no real democracy in higher council. So I am happy to see that.
Oh, well, it's funny you mentioned the abs, because I really want to point out that is not accurate. Like, Spartans wore armor.
Yeah.
They wore metal plating on their chest. I think sometimes their armor is often depicted to having abs. Weirdly.
Yeah.
But they wore like braces on their knees, and they wore helmets. Their armor was very important to actual Spartans. But in media, that's become quite common. I don't know whether you guys have played any of the God of War games, but he's always fucking topless as well. Modern day media just loves to take the shirt off Spartans.
I think modern day media, like in terms of games, is like, have you ever seen the comparison between like armor that male characters get in games and then the armor that female characters get in video games? And the female characters very much get the Spartan armor, where it's like nothing.
Yeah.
I just on the historical.
But then you look at comic books, and the men get they're not all the characters in modern comic books. And remember, this is based off a comic book. So say Spider-Man, whatever. All the characters initially are basically drawn naked. Their shirts, their outfits are just costumes, but they are skin tight, and essentially they're Barbie doll naked.
Okay.
That's
a strange.
That's a strange comment.
A strange term.
No, it's what it is. It's what it is, because they're there to show off like muscles, and they've kind of. This is based off a comic. He's kind of done the same thing. Instead, he's just actually made them naked.
He hasn't made them naked. They have their little YYs in their cape. They're essentially all dressed as 7-year-olds.
Also, they're wearing that brand new Sydney Sweeney lingerie.
There was two comments.
He's got great genes.
Two comments. Any lingerie?
The Sydney Sweeney has launched
She
a lingerie
doesn't
brand.
come in the lingerie.
Easiest,
shit.
Yeah.
something to research afterwards. And
Sydney Sweeney's not the nicest person. Bit Trumpy. Nice to look at, but you don't want her political views. So don't go buying your partner any Sydney Sweeney lingerie. You might get told off. Notes to all the men out there.
What a comment. I genuinely think I've hit about 10 things on my bingo card of things I never thought I'd hear James say or any. But anyway,
what? Don't buy Sydney Sweeney's lingerie for your partner. You might get told off because she's a fascist.
Do you know what's so annoying? I can't remember the second thing I was going to say now. You guys saying?
You were so focused on Sydney Sweeney lingerie, you forgot that we were talking about abs and capes and YYs.
I can't. But anyway,
all these.
Shut up. The thing I was going to say.
All Chandler can see right now is fucking. Who was the main actor?
Gerard Butler.
Chandler's just imagining Gerard Butler in lingerie right now, and he can't think.
I don't have to imagine it. I just watched it for 2 hours.
Yeah, you've seen that.
It's a good point.
No, what I was going to say about historical accuracy is that I think if you go into this film not knowing that it's based on a graphic novel, then you will come out and possibly think that a lot of this is true to the original story.
See, I'd go the opposite.
Whereas if you're based on a graphic novel, then you would take the elements that are clearly embellished, like the ninjas with deformities and masks, and the obvious fake giants and massive animals and things, and know that those are the exaggerated parts, and then you can see the truth within them, like the actual 300, the Arcadians, which are an amalgamation of like other Greek armies helping them, the thing of corrupt governments, or you can see the true elements. Because I've seen this before and I know it's based on a graphic novel already, I don't necessarily mind that it loses the sort of accuracy of the original story. But I think with, as you say, James, these stories are so long ago, they're ancient history stories. I don't mind it. I think that there are other films of this nature that you go into thinking that you just are depicted without the stylization, that you immediately go, well, that all happened and that's true. So, but I think with this, you can definitely see how those ancient history stories with the embellishment throughout the years, are then turned into myth, because some of this obviously never happened. Like, as I say, the giant animals and the giants and whatever, that's obviously never happened. The ninjas were just normal, regular people, not in masks.
And the
Do you know
king
what I mean?
being 4 meters tall.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's
I will
obviously
The
say,
tallest man
it's
ever
worth-
happens to be the king of Persia.
I didn't need the graphic novel for me to just go, oh, okay, they're embellishing and stylizing points in the movie. It's knowing it's based on a graphic novel doesn't change anything of that for me. I do think, as a general populace in Western media, we are I wouldn't say we're well versed, but we have a preconceived notion of what to expect from Greek stories, and there's that kind of blurred line, which almost is why we changed what this series is called. There is a blurred line between mythology, ancient religion, and actual events with these things. And so stories like the Cyclops, or they say every Spartan came from Hercules, is a line in the film. Whether that's a true thing Spartans believed or not, who knows, but someone probably does. I don't know. Sorry, didn't research that line. Probably should have. But either way, I do think the line between mythology and real life blurs. And also, it's just about exaggerating. I mean, don't take everything on the nose. Obviously, the Persian leader, Xerxes, is 4 meters tall, but he does believe himself to be a god. And that's what they're playing off of. He calls himself a king god. They're playing off that, trying to make him seem powerful. And that's when the final action of Leonidas to throw his spear and cut his cheek, he's hiding his cheek away from his subjects, because in what I thought, and it's not explicitly said, but I was like, he's hiding that he's mortal, because he was so shocked at that just cutting his cheek. But he is just mortal like everybody else.
It takes time, and luckily, before we started this record, 3 children we found in an orphanage on top of a mountain, and the child who lived the longest was James's child, so James gets to go first. James.
Oh, that's brilliant.
James, what's your take?
Fuck's sake. I'm going to go for a long one here, because Chandler's cut me off for talking about ZackSYnder's style, so here we go.
Brilliant.
I actually quite enjoyed the film. I can see why it's rated as it is. I think thoughts on ZackSYnder are low. I think the way the DC Universe Justice League ended, what he did to Superman and etc. is kind of made people grow tired of his visual style, his storytelling style. But going back to a film in 2006, one of his first kind of major gigs, and he always liked to base things off of graphic novels. He's a big fan of that, and took a lot of note in his storyboarding process. So some of the scenes in this film are taken straight out of the graphic novel, almost put to screen and put to motion in such a beautiful way. I thought a lot of the scenes and sort of a lot of the shots in the film almost look like old paintings. A lot of these grand armies and grand vistas and the ocean and the mountains and the scenery, but kind of that we're talking about a pretty brutal time in history, so kind of there he does have that filter. And initially when I first started the film and we hadn't got into the fight scenes, I'm like, damn, this filter on top of it is quite annoying me. It's kind of dulling everything. However, once we got to the fight scenes, if everything looked colourful and realistic, I think it would have looked like crap. It would have looked really weird. So I think it lent into the fight scenes really, really well, the battles. ZackSYnder has such an incredible use of timing. And I think his art direction when it comes to action sequences is one of the best. He uses slow motion, he uses speed up, he uses really tight close-ups, all in all to create these really engaging scenes that hit. And we've done a lot of action movies and fighting movies and martial arts movies now. We've done quite a few. And one of the biggest issues that I've brought up is stuff just doesn't feel like it's connecting. This movie has no problem with that. It is brutal. It is in your face. And if you have weaker sensibilities of the stomach, you might not be able to take watching this movie. It's quite gruesome. But I think he is exceptional, and I think that's been forgotten given what he did to the DCU. Whereas if you go and look at those movies and take away the plot and what he did to the characters, I don't think you can question how visually striking they are and incredible they are. If you got tired of that visual, then fair enough. But honestly, if I was a movie director and I had fight scenes, I would just be like, I want ZackSYnder to do my battles. I think he's quite amazing. And in terms of the film, yeah, it was really cool. I'd never watched it before. Happy to have watched it. I also don't think I've watched Gerard Butler in anything, and I know he's an incredible actor, and I don't think I've seen him as a lead, which is mad, because I swear he's in loads. I feel like I see him at Wimbledon more than I see him in films. But yeah,
I think you're right.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I really, all I remember is many years ago, him and Bradley Cooper going to Wimbledon, and my nan just going, "Who are those handsome men on the television?"
That's
And you went,
funny.
we haven't turned the TV on yet, Nan, that's me.
Hey. That's
Just talking of Gerard.
Go on.
No, you finished, James.
I know. I was just going to say, yeah, I enjoyed the film. Story was fine, but honestly, it's more of a visual masterpiece, I think, to me, and I think a lot of people might just disagree from as time's gone on. But at the time, I bet it was considered quite incredible.
Fair enough. I am just going to pick up and go and just on Gerard Butler very quickly. He is in so many films that I'm surprised you've not seen him in something
Definitely
else.
seen him in stuff.
Like
I can't
he's in
think.
he's in Law Abiding Citizen. He's in Rock and Roller, which is a good-ish Guy Ritchie film. I would genuinely watch that. P.S. I Love You is really good. I'm just looking down. There are a few other things that he's in, and whatever. The thing I did not know that he was in and that he plays is that he plays the Phantom in the Phantom of the Opera film. Did not know that, and now that makes me even more intrigued to go watch the Phantom of the Opera film. But on this
I imagine
film,
you didn't know that because of his face covering.
yeah, probably. I've never seen the film, but I just surprised.
He's
in
also a
Phantom of
voice
the
in How
Opera.
to Train Your. He's also a voice in How to Train Your Dragon,
Yeah,
which doesn't surprise me.
I'm not surprised by that. So actually, back to the film, I would say that what James has said about Zack Snyder, I wholeheartedly agree. I'm not going to repeat what James has said. Just go listen to what James said, just on repeat, because I do agree with it. I think the film is genuinely beautiful. I think the stylization of the fight scenes is incredible. All that, totally agree, 100%. I'm not going to repeat it. In terms of the film and the plot itself, as a whole, I enjoyed the film. I think if you take out the majority of the political scenes and Dominic West's arc and Lena Headey's arc, I think the film can do without it quite a bit. I don't think it's needed. I think it does slow down the pace. It does take you out of the fight scenes, and keeping up the pace of all the fights, I think, would make this an overall better film, more enjoyable. Before I carry on, question in the back.
It's a bit it's a bit Enter the Dragon, isn't it? Because without it, that little bit of plot. Remember, they shoehorned in that plot with his sister in that film because they were like, "Wow, this movie has no plot whatsoever, and it's just fighting." There's a little bit of that here, because if you did take that out, it would just be all fighting with not a lot of.
I
context.
disagree. I disagree, because what I was going to come on to say is that the framing of the film, as if Dylos is using the story of the 300 and Leonidas, to rally up the Greek troops as they go to fight the Persian army a year later at the Battle of Platae. I think that's all you need. That is the plot of the film. That you don't need the political stuff. Like, you just leave
or the plot of real life.
Yeah,
maybe
that is the plot, and I enjoy that. You don't need the political stuff, because it sort of takes, I don't know, a little bit away. I just think it slows down the film, to be honest, and I actually don't think you need it. The other thing I was going to come on to is, if you take away the accents of this movie and how everyone has a different accent when they're all supposed to be from the same part of the world, I quite enjoy the acting. I think, along with the stylization of the film, the acting that happens, I do enjoy it. Like, I think David Wenham, who plays Dylos, Faramir from Lord of the Rings, I think he's really good and great. Lena Headey, Gerard Butler, I think are great. Dominic West is creepy. I don't enjoy his character. It's good acting. I also think Michael Fassbender has one of the funniest running sequences in all, when he's trotting along after a battle and he's out of breath. I know it's not supposed to be funny, but I died laughing. But I genuinely think Michael Fassbender's acting as a whole is great. I do think, just let me finish my point here, James, please.
No,
it's my take here, all right? Let me finish it, please.
I know, but you're just saying good things.
Overall, I did enjoy the movie. I thoroughly enjoyed the fight scenes. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie as a whole. I did watch this with my partner, and she had never seen it before. She had seen Meet the Spartans, though, which was quite funny, because she kept going, oh, that's why they do that in Meet the Spartans. I'm like, obviously, shut the hell up. Let me watch this film and let me make my notes. But she was on edge the whole film. Obviously, she doesn't know what's going to happen. So I think that's a testament to how well the film is put across and everything within it that ZackSYnder does. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed this film. Just before Alex goes into his takes.
Accents. I know, just on the accents, it's worth pointing out that it is a very American lens, but something we're very used to as well, is that anything old and ancient gets British accents. That's just how it is. It either gets posh English accents, or you got a couple of Scottish accents in there. And that is just a sense of like, oh, look, this is old. It's kind of the thing.
Yeah.
And it's just so mad.
I
I think if it was done nowadays, they would have a bunch of American Hollywood actors putting on dodgy Greek accents.
I just think it's funny how they're all very different British accents. Like, you got Lena Headey putting on quite a normal, posh English voice, and then Gerard Butler with his
sometimes
shit.
very Scottish.
Yeah, exactly. Alex?
2 points on that. Yeah, you don't want them to have just shitty Greek accents where every now and again he just slips into Scottish away from his Greek accent and then just goes back in. And secondly, if they wanted us to be speaking Greek, they should have thought better for their country.
It's the most you comment that's ever been.
You don't want to be part of the British Empire, fight harder.
I'm pretty sure Greece was never a part of the British Empire.
No, I think we protected it for a bit. That counts.
That counts.
Got 3 marbles in it. I've seen the Elgin marbles. They're bloody beautiful. You're not having them back. No, they should be given back to the country of their origin, though. That's right. The same with the Benin statues. Anyway, I won't parrot on about what you two did, or you two said. I agree the style of the film is a huge positive for it. The acting as well. Very good. But I want to talk about 2 key points that I think you two overlooked, which is the costume department. Obviously, we're running on a very tight budget. Just a lot of leather pants and capes and the occasional helmet.
Very quickly, I remember what I was going to say. I remember what I was going to say about the capes from before. The whole thing, when at one point while watching the film with my partner, I just quoted from Incredibles, just going, "No capes,
no capes,
no capes." Sorry, Alex. Carry on.
That's one of the nicer, I didn't expect you to say that, things we've had. Yeah, the leather pants, the abs, the CGI, the 3-meter version of Xerxes. I think the creative license that they took is fine, I think, because it was always a positive change that they made. Like the war rhinos, never a thing. Pretty cool. If you're a 2006 early 20s guy going to watch this where you think men are just the greatest thing ever. Just throwing your coffee and fucking zoo in the air with your popcorn and your fucking Red Bull. But I don't think people will come back to this film in 400 years again. I want to learn the story of the 300s. They'll just read about it like people have done for millennia.
Nice.
War rhinos are pretty cool. The battle is over. We're all dead. Join us next time for the final part of the Ancient History Trilogy, where we will be doing James's film, which is... Drum roll, please.
Wait, just to annoy Chandler.
Chandler will add it. Chandler's just added one there.
I am yet to pick, so call into the audience if you have any suggestions before we get to our next record. That will likely be earliest 7 days from now. Please send in your recommendations because I'm a little bit stuck. I wanted to try and find a true critical great, but that's been tough. So now I'm kind of wondering if I do a crappy little ancient history spoof film. Dunno. You tell me. Pick one, and I'll pick it.
Pick one and I'll pick it.
Yeah. Because multiple fans might pick one each. And then
Of course.
Those.
Yes, because we have multiple fans. Hi, Toby.
Let's stop putting ourselves down. We get like 10 George Fours.
We're not putting ourselves down. You two just keep putting us down, and then in the same breath, we'll go, we need to set up a fucking Patreon, because everyone will want to pay for this.
That second half of the sentence has never been uttered.
Same thing. It's goodbye from James.
Goodbye.
You were trying to think of goodbye in Greek there, weren't you?
I was.
It's goodbye from Chandler.
I will come back on my shield.
No, don't come on your
It's not that
shield.
kind of podcast. And it's goodbye from me. Duck. That's probably goodbye in Greece. We're all going to the
Isn't that
gym and
boots?
to have our lovely pants fitted. Goodbye.
Please don't forget to rate and review the podcast on your platform of choice. It really helps us grow. Make sure to follow us on our socials and our individual letterboxd accounts. The links can be found in the description or at www.hop.bio/3takes or search for 3 Takes of Stupidity on most platforms. We're most active on TikTok, Instagram and YouTube. Please send us your film and trilogy suggestions to our Hop page on social media, or you can email us at 3takesofstupidity@gmail.com. Thank you and hope to have you back.